Sevens long for freedom in all aspects of their lives, right? And that longing stems from their core desire to be happy, satisfied, and content. So when life becomes a little bit too dull, a little bit routine, a little bit uninspiring, they absolutely panic because it feels like being trapped and deprived, a seven's worst fear, right? And the opposite of their core desire. As a partner, your job is not only to be aware of this fear, but also to help them work through it, through those feelings of panic and like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck here, you know? Which sounds easy when you're in like the honeymoon dating phase where you're like super okay going on spontaneous adventures with this type 7. You know, it's like all exciting and there's butterflies, etc. But once that wears off, especially if you're like a routine loving person like me, it gets really hard to keep that going. You know, you're tired, you got a list of stuff to do, like you don't necessarily want to take off and do like crazy freedom things all the time because you got to take care of business. And I'm not saying you need to change yourself in order to be in a relationship with a 7. Like you can have a beautiful relationship with a 7 and love your routine. You don't have to constantly, you know, book Airbnbs and go do crazy things, right? But there are other ways you can help 7s feel free in a relationship, specifically when it comes to freedom of thought. Which is what an Enneagram 7 shared with me when I asked on my Instagram, like, hey, 7s, what should we know before dating you? They said, be realistic about our wild ideas without shutting us down. Something I see all the time when I teach corporate Enneagram workshops is that 7s have this incredible gift to be visionaries. If you want somebody to sit down and think about a 5-year plan for your company or for your life and come up with these big dreams and ideas, 7 is your gal. So you don't want to squash one of their greatest gifts by constantly shutting them down. I think it's helpful to be aware of and value this aspect that they bring to every area of their lives and let your conversations be a place where they feel free and okay to talk about these big ideas without fear of you being like, well, that's not realistic, you know, or I can't believe you would say that. You know, they need to feel like they have that freedom in thought, in conversation with you. So the key to being in a relationship with an Enneagram 7 is to listen to them without shutting them down. Like, hear their grand visions, be the person that they can go to in a conversation and feel like, hey, I can let my mind wander. I can dream big here. My partner is here to expand my freedom, not limit it.